So today we are going to be doing OBS settings. So I'm going to be showing you guys what the OBS on my own streaming settings are, so you guys can use it as well. Obviously, every single PC, every single internet connection is completely different, but you know, that might serve you as a good starting point if you are thinking on changing either your settings or you just starting and want to know what type of settings do you need to use for your streaming platform. So yeah, my name is Lord Val Gaming and I'm going to show you my settings. So firstly, so you guys know, I'm using the OBS. That is the version I'm using as of today. It's the 25.0.1. It's a 64-bit version of Windows, and obviously, you know, my profile and my scenes, the LVG, so you can, you know, export them and then use them if you have any issues with your PC or you need to import them onto a different PC or something. You can always save, always recommended, always back up all your data, either both profile and your scene collection. Everything, do the backup every single time you can, so you have always that data saved. Firstly, I want to tell you guys about my streaming, my channel, which is on Mixer. I stream on Mixer every single Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. We would love to see you guys on my channel. You know, we are all very, very welcoming, and you know, you are more than welcome to join our community and to join us and have a laugh together. Which is that, you know, which is what it's all about. That's what it's all about, and you know, have fun together. So next we go into Stream Elements. So Stream Elements has made something new, which is the cloud backup. Cloud backup is not working at the moment for you, for me. I don't know if it's working for you. You can basically save everything on the cloud. There is a limit. I think that's why, because I'm over the limit of the backup. So yeah, it's not working for me. So if you don't want to save that, if you don't want to export your profile and your scene collection, you can also export to the cloud as well. For some reason it's not working for me. I'm trying to figure out why, but I don't know why it's not working. Other than that, you have here all the options. If you want your activity chat or activity feed or your chat, you can check for updates. I am currently using the Stream Elements OBS, not the actual OBS, so that's why I can switch to OBS Studio. This is the Stream Elements OBS. And typical help, the tools and everything, the log files, you know, the tools that you have here, automatic scene switcher, which is really, really cool. The captions as well. The automatic scene switcher, what it's going to do is, if you're playing on PC, you can tell your PC to change to one scene if you are on the loading screen, and to change to another screen as soon as you log into the game, which is very handy for games like League of Legends, where you go back to the main screen. So for example, when you go back to the main screen of League of Legends between games, you know, you don't have to press anything on your OBS. So basically the program is going to recognize that you finished the game, and the dashboard or your desktop is showing, so it automatically switches your scene to whatever scene you have. Like, I don't know, like Ninja has, you know, like another view of your actual stream. Other than that, where else we got? We got the WebSockets for, you know, things like a Stream Deck, the control, you know, the Elgato remote control for OBS Studio. your scene collections if you want to create new scenes and everything, your profiles, which I can't click on profiles at the moment because obviously we are recording, and your stats, the user stats, your controls here, and then you have your audio mixer right here, and you got your transitions, sources, and then your scenes. Okay, so and here is where you have your chat, your activity feed, and everything else. Edit, obviously, if you want to transform anything, that you can do all of that from here just by right clicking. So file, we go here, settings. Let's see the meat and potatoes of these. So we got settings, right? On settings, let me just see if I can make this a tiny bit bigger. There you go. So on settings, what we're going to have is the theme. Obviously, if you want to have it on dark, or you can, just change the actual colors of your OBS. Completely irrelevant. And then you have the, I always have it automatically check for updates on a startup. Obviously, is the most, I would say, it's one of the most important things, to automatically check for updates always, because even though sometimes, well, most of the times, let's say, the updates will break your actual stream, still, it's good to update it always, because most of the times, updates are going to be good. If there's something wrong at the start, it will be fixed really soon. So the guys at OBS are actually quite good at this. So these are these basically I've not touched absolutely nothing. This is as default. Nothing has been changed other than automatically check for updates, which I'm not sure if it's already ticked from the get-go, but I recommend it to go and tick it. And then we go into the stream. So basically here you're going to have your service. So what service do you want to stream to? So there is a drop down if you want to streaming to Twitter, you're streaming to Twitch, to YouTube. So you select your platform, and then you select your location. Obviously there is an application, a website where you can check your closest server, and that's it. You should select always your closest server, the lowest ping server to you, and just go ahead with that. Also we got the output. So this is the output. I always change the output onto advanced, not on simple, obviously because I'm using it it won't let me change it, but you can it's automatically going to be on simple. You change it to advanced, and then on streaming I have this basically the version, the NVIDIA NVENC H264, which is the new one. Always go and select it. You're going to have like different ones, which I cannot open it, but always go to the NVENC, the newest version of NVENC. The rescale output, which this is based on your monitor. This is my monitor. My monitor is a 4K monitor, so obviously that resolution is for my monitor. Also in here on the rate control, you have to put it always on my settings is constant bitrate, CBR. So you put on constant bitrate, and then the bitrate depends on what type of internet connection you have. And then there is I will link below an actual link to a website where you can check your bitrate. Depending on your internet connection, you may have a higher or lower bitrate. 6000 is what most people are using. I'd rather not stream on 6K bitrate, because the higher your bitrate, obviously if you have a high internet connection, the higher can be. So if you have a 6K bitrate, the problem is you're going to be able to send that information, you're going to be able to stream at that bitrate, but then the problem is when other people don't have a good connection, it's going to be difficult for them to watch it, because obviously it requires a big, a good connection. Usually I would recommend, if you're starting, to lower this bitrate to 2500. Start with 2500 and you can increase it to, you know, around 4, 5,000, 6,000 is the highest I would go. Then you can go all the way up to 10,000, but 10,000 in my opinion is too extreme and it's not really necessary. Between 4 and 6,000 is a good bitrate if you have a good internet connection. Obviously there is, you know, I will link down below the actual site where you can check what bitrate is the recommended for your internet connection. Also the keyframe interval period. Okay, so the keyframe interval I will have always on 2. I'm not quite sure why, but I got recommended to put it on 2, and since I put it on 2, the streaming is smooth, so I don't have an issue, I don't have a problem, so I will keep it on 2 always. The preset, obviously you have to, depending on your PC connection, your preset will vary and it's going to change. Obviously my PC can handle max quality, so obviously I will go for max quality on the preset, and the profile always set it on high, always on high. Obviously if you are, you know, like a lower range PC, or, you know, like a mid-range, you just put it on quality or performance. You know, you always have to try, you know, always recommend between, you know, quality or max quality. That's what I would recommend for that setting. So look ahead, I don't have it activated. The cycle base world timing, I have it clicked here, so there is a, you know, there is an interrogation here, so what you can see what it is for, but you know, I don't want the look ahead, is not really necessary. So with those settings, everything's pretty much good. GPU, I have it on 0. That depends on how many GPUs you got. If you have it on 0, it will work smooth even if you have a dual CPU PC. So and the max frames, the max P frames is going to be on 2 as well, same as the keyframe interval. Leave them at 2. These are my settings, this works perfectly. So the only thing I would change if you have a lower range PC or a slower connection would be the bitrate and the preset. Right, next to recording, these are my settings on recording. I saw this from one of my guys. He recommended these settings for recording. So CQP, the rate control on CQP, and then the CQ level 20, and then the keyframe interval on 0, and then the max quality and high. Again, no look ahead on the cycle visual timing, and the GPU 0, and the max B frames on 2. These settings work quite well for recording, so I've not had any issues so far. So I would, you know, use those settings and see how it goes. Obviously, as I said before, if you have a lower range PC, change your preset to either quality or performance, depending on your settings. Audio, I would never touch audio. I have the audio 160, never change it ever, because you know, don't mess up with the audio, and it sounds well, that's all. Replay buffer, I have the replay buffer enabled. Usually that's disabled by default. You have to enable it, enable the maximum time. So basically I've got it on 45 seconds. You can put it off. You know, this is basically going to tell you how long do you want to record as a clip. Okay, so I have 45 seconds to record as a clip, and the memory. So I got, this is the memory that's going to use. So basically you have to check, you know, on your PC, depends of your PC, is going to, you can have more or less memory. So on to the next one. These are basically the base settings, and this is what's worked for me so far, and I will, you know, I refuse to change it basically. But yeah, you can always, you know, don't mess around with many things of here. As I said before, you know, depending on your PC, I would change it. Okay, so we go on to the audio. Next onto the audio, we got the sample rate, which is 48 Hz. 48 Hz, depending on your basically your audio card or your audio mixer. You have to select, whatever is best for your PC. You can just find out by just searching on Google. Next, we got devices. So these basically are the devices that you have connected to your PC, and these are the devices that you want your OBS to listen to. In here, you can put your headset, and in here, you can put your microphone. But because I have my microphone on, I got everything running through my Go XLR. My audio is the Go XLR from TC Helicon. I only have to put one source in here, but usually you will have one here and one here, basically your microphone and your headset. Next, you got the meters. You got fast and simple sample pick. That's all fine. Advanced, default, and the hotkeys, which I've never changed. Then we got video. Video, the base canvas is the base canvas resolution. This is basically the resolutions that you can see on your monitor. What are you playing? Are you playing on 4K? Are you playing on Full HD or in 2K? So this is the base canvas resolution, and this is the output scale resolution. But basically, this is what you are sending to Twitch or Mixer or YouTube or Facebook, whatever you stream, or DLive. If you are streaming on Full HD, or your PC can handle Full HD, just go ahead and put it on the resolution. Obviously, this has to be either the same as the base canvas, or basically the same or lower, because you cannot go higher than your base canvas. Or you can, but you will mess it up. Just go, if you're streaming, obviously I would not recommend to stream on 4K. It's not really, the streaming platforms are not yet there. They will be soon. There will be maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, who knows. But as of today, we are not really there. So streaming in Full HD is good enough. So base canvas, whatever your screen can see, and your output is what the resolution you want to stream at to your whatever platform, to your Mixer or to your Twitch or whatever. Next is the downscale filter, is Langsos. This is the best one I've found so far, with the sharpen scaling, 36 samples. If you have a lower end PC, I would recommend to go for a bicubic, which takes a lot less resources. Next, we got the FPS value. So this is the FPS that you're going to be streaming to. So this, if your PC cannot handle it, you obviously will have to go down to 59.9, which sometimes work for some PCs. And if your PC can still not handle it, go down to 30. One thing that I have to say, if you are streaming on, Full HD and 30 FPS because your PC cannot handle 60, I would recommend you to go down to 720 and then stream at 60. Your stream will look better at 720, 60 FPS than Full HD and 30 FPS. Trust me. Next, we got hotkeys, self-explanatory. And then we got the advanced tab. The advanced tab, you got the general here, the process priority, always set it up on high. And then you got the video, you got the render, which is the DirectX 11, and the color format, color space, and the color range. So basically, these are the settings that I have so far: MV12, 709, and partials. Recording, your settings here. Streaming delay, if you want to add a streaming delay to your stream. I don't know why you would want that, but you got the option of having a streaming delay to your stream. Automatically reconnect, which is enabled. I got a 10 seconds delay. I mean, obviously I am not going to use it really, because if I get, if for some reason I got a power failure or something, I don't think my PC or anything else will be reconnected within 10 seconds anyway. But it's not bad, in case your internet has, goes down for like 2 seconds and it comes back up, your stream will still reconnect right away. Network, these are my settings and sources and the hotkeys, which I've never changed. So far, guys, these are my settings. Here you can see, the microphone, and if you have like all the things, obviously you got your notifications, or you got something else that will show up here as well. So this has been it. I hope you guys, can use some of these settings that I'm using, because, I wish I had something like this when I started, and it was quite difficult to find the right settings. Every PC, obviously, as we all know, every PC is a different world, and every PC is going to have one piece from one side, one piece from another, and it's not two PCs are going to be the same, basically. These are my recommended settings. I have tried different settings very much. Like I've tried with another PC that I used to have on 720, like I said before, 720 on 60 FPS rather than full HD and 30, because my PC couldn't handle it. And trust me, it looks a lot better on 720 60 rather than full HD 30. Don't see like the higher the resolution, the better it's going to look. Don't think like that. The smoother your stream is going to look, the better. If you can get if you can aim to 60 FPS, by all means go ahead and stream on 60 FPS. Other than that, guys, if you ever need anything, you can get in touch with me down below on my socials. You got my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook. If you need anything, you can pop into my streams. I stream on Mixer every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. I would hope and would love to see you guys there. And yeah, if you guys like what you see, if you guys like the channel, you support the channel by subscribing, liking, and comment. Thank you very much, guys. This has been another day. LVG signing out. Bye bye.